In today's video, I'm going to be talking about a conspiracy that has been around for a while and how it is existing, nobody knows. But before we get into that, if you are new to my channel and you like content like this, I create some pretty disturbing stuff. By all means, like, subscribe. I put out videos every Saturday/Sunday. Sunday where I am in Australia, but usually most people in the world get it on a Saturday. And sometimes I will do a video on a Thursday depending on how my workload is going. If you're an existing subscriber on my channel, I cherish every moment that we share this journey together. But enough of that, let's get into the video. Now, there is a lot of objects, places, even people that can be haunted. But have you ever heard of a haunted radio station? This one was extremely fascinating to me because I had never heard about this until I started digging into scary facts and conspiracies. Now, this radio station is called UVB-76, and it's a haunted radio station that is located somewhere in Russia. It is also known as the buzzer and occupies a frequency of 4,625 kilohertz and is broadcasting 24 hours a day. No one knows why this station really exists, as no one has really confirmed it, but the frequency has been around since 1976, but was officially identified in 1982 and still runs to this very day. So you're probably wondering, what broadcasts on this radio station? Well, this is the creepy part about this conspiracy and story of this radio station. All you can hear is a constant, monotonous buzzing tone, which gets interrupted once in a while by short voiced messages saying random numbers and names. Lots of enthusiasts in the 1990s would listen to this channel, and a lot thought that it was a recording just playing. But when the enthusiasts and people who tuned into this radio station started really delving into it, they started to realize that this radio station could not be a recording like they all first thought. Every now and again, you would hear muffled background noises, such as conversations that people were having. Then the eerie voices started to be noticed, and they were quite haunting. Now, in 2010, voices started getting more frequent, and then there was snippets of Swan Lake. There could be a female voice heard counting to 9. There was strange telephone conversations that were heard, and all of that kind of just stopped and went back to its normal buzzing noise, which was speculated that that was caused by a microphone sitting beside a speaker. Now, there has been some speculation that this radio station is nothing but a warning. And by warning, I mean that for some reason, if it goes blank and goes silent one day, it means that a nuclear attack has happened in Russia and some sort of war has destroyed Russia. To this day, voices are still heard. People tune in every day via radio devices, live streams, on the internet, iTunes. This radio station is said to be broadcasting now from 3 possible locations in Russia. One particular location that they think it might be coming from is a small village called Signo, which only occupies about 39 people. But the most popular and likely source of this radio station frequency, where it is coming from, is from Pskov Oblast, which is near the Estonian border, but apparently that one is harder to trace. Now I will play a little bit of a snippet from the radio station so you can hear what is just a small portion of what is going on.
UVB-76, UVB-76, 93, 882, на имена 74, 14, 35, 74, девятка, тройка, восьмерка, восьмерка, двойка, Николай, Анна, Иван, Михаил, Иван, Николай, Анна, семерка, четверка, единица, четверка, тройка, пятерка, семерка, четверка.
Some conspiracy theories about this station that have been going around the internet for a while. Now, people tune in to hear these haunting ethereal voices that could be potential ghosts. Some people think that the station picks up the dead, or like a spirit box. The radio station controls the death switch, which can be activated and launch an automatic nuclear strike if Russia happens to be targeted and all the military command officers have been wiped out. Some suggest that the radio station is a secret channel for aliens to communicate on. And other people speculate that the noises are transmissions to overseas submarines and spies. They are in code that is encrypted that only these parts and sectors can understand and decipher. No one to this day can crack the mystery of this station, but at least it's known to be military origin. And it is likely to be only broadcasting in Russia, nowhere else. Now, after doing a lot of research on this radio station, I'm sort of on the fence with what this thing is and why this thing exists as well. Like, I really don't understand why they would have this radio station that exists with all this weird stuff on, unless they sort of wanted to create like a sort of conspiracy kind of scenario, which is what they have done. And yeah, if I had to believe any of the conspiracies, the one that I would lean more towards would be if it went silent one day, I would think that Russia was wiped out, or the area in which the stations have been situated in have been wiped out. And I'd say that that's probably why the location was moved, because it originally was it was somewhere in excuse my pronunciation, Povarovo. in Russia, and then it was moved to undisclosed locations. Now, they have picked up one of the frequencies that led them to that particular village. They had traced one of the frequencies to a very small village that was very run down and only had apparently there was no one in sight, and only had a dog that was guarding this particular shed in which there was some sort of radio device in it. And they was sort of like speculated that this dog was guarding it, but I don't know, that was a little bit of a weird story in regards to that. But yeah, I'd say the 3 locations that they've positioned around Russia are in the locations that if all of them went down and it was completely silent, because I'm sort of thinking that maybe if one was taken down, it wouldn't affect the radio signal, but if all 3 locations, and I'd say that they would be spread out over Russia, if all 3 locations were bombed, that would probably be a pretty good indication that Russia was probably obliterated, and that could be the reason why this exists. And that's sort of my theory on the whole thing. I don't have much on this other than, yeah, I think that may be some sort of like signal like that. The illustration that I drew from this conspiracy is of a sort of like a radio monster that is plugged into a UHF CB device, and I sort of had this image of this monster that has got speakers coming out of his back, and he is doing weird things and making these weird noises continually, and he is like half like a ghost kind of type entity that is kind of just sort of messing with everybody and keeping everybody guessing. That's what I sort of got from this story and this conspiracy about this radio station. So that's what I drew. I drew the first thing that sort of come to my mind after looking into this conspiracy. What do you guys think? Do you guys have any sort of theory on this particular conspiracy with this UVB-76 radio station? Do you know anything about it? Like I said, I didn't know it existed until I started digging and started researching into the weird and wacky world we live in. Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!